Did I do lightsaber sound effects on one of K.J.'s videos?
Some of us did lightsaber effects, but I can't for the life of me remember in what video, in what occasion.
Yeah, it was the Power Knife.
Oh, yes.
Wasn't it?
Didn't we both do that?
Yeah, I just did it better, obviously. I was the only one I was counting.
Yeah.
You just have to go and watch my video and see. See if you can recognize yourself.
Yeah, thanks for doing the voice work on my latest video, by the way, so quickly as well.
Oh, you're welcome. Always here to please.
Love K.J.'s multiple versions. It always makes me piss my pants.
I mean, you have to have a lot to choose from.
I think it's great. It's not a criticism. I think it's fantastic.
But it was a surprise that it was only in one channel, the one that I didn't listen to when I watched the video.
It never even crossed my mind that it wouldn't come through in stereo or however the music comes through, the normal sound.
Yeah, I only had the dogs barking in the background.
Oh, okay.
So I thought, no, we didn't use our recordings. Well, maybe it wasn't that good. Yeah, it doesn't like us.
And did you listen to the recordings on? Did you try it again? Listen to them?
Yeah, I'll listen back to when Haavard said that.
Yeah, because I had the video open and then I now read all the texts and descriptions of any video, and then he actually stated in the text that like we did contribute on the audio side. So I know it's there somewhere, but I could not find it. And I was sitting with my headset like one ear free to hear the kids talk, and then it's in that one channel.
Can you alter that? Can you? And can you put it into two channels?
Yeah, the easiest way is to right click on the audio track and just tell it to be mono, and then it's the same in both channels.
Oh, okay. So I just thought if it was just coming through one earphone, I would have gone for a stereo option.
Yeah, I mean, it could go for stereo, but if it was in stereo mode when you recorded, but it recorded only to the one channel, it wouldn't help. So it's audio recording. It's weird.
Yeah.
No worries. Now I know. Not that I'll do anything about it next time.
I'm glad you said it, so I didn't have to.
I mean, it's uploaded now. What I realized is there are some editing functions in YouTube that you can edit your own videos after they've been uploaded. And one of those things is you can go in and actually mark an area you want blurred out.
You can do that afterwards, can you?
Yeah, and that won't affect your views where you have to take it down and re-upload it. So you can actually go in if you see like, fuck, I shouldn't have shown that. You can just go in and tell him to blur that out.
Can you go in and mute stuff as well if you get a copyright claim? Because I think I've seen videos like that when suddenly they go silent.
Yeah, I've gotten a copyright claim a couple of times where you get the like, do you want to argue against the claim or do you just want to mute that section?
Okay.
And of course, I paid for that, so I had the license. I just had to press. I challenged that, and I had to upload the documentation. Pain in the ass. That's why I'm only using the YouTube audio now, because there's no hassle.
Yeah, I've actually had a short taken down off YouTube recently for a copyright claim.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for the music. So just because I was downloading them from Instagram and then just reposting them everywhere else.
Oh, yeah, because then you got the... Okay, yeah. That makes sense.
Because DaVinci Resolve, once you've downloaded that short onto your phone, which is how I like to do it, and then upload it from my phone while I'm sat in the comfort of my living room picking a nice track to go with it, won't work. DaVinci Resolve only will upload to YouTube and work straight from the computer for some reason.
I don't know. Never tried it.
Yeah.
I mean, someone at someone's organization should talk with someone else at another organization. I mean, it's 2025. It's not rocket science. There should be an easy, understandable system for that, doing the right thing for everyone. Just this is free music. This is free audio, and if you're using this, you just pay 50 cents here, and it's okay. Like, I mean, it should be easy.
Yeah, but I mean, some people talking to some people. You know how hard that is to get the right people to talk to each other.
Yeah, and also it's also the definition of what is the right people, because if it's the right people with the power, they seldom have the know-how to make it work, and so it's never gonna happen.
We had a sad notice here just the other week. Our local bookstore closed because it went out of business. I guess people are not buying enough books, so that's a bit sad. Not having a proper bookstore.
That is a bit sad.
Yeah.
We still have. Do you have Waterstones?
Nope.
As a okay, so there's one in most cities, a Waterstones bookstore. They're very big bookstores, and they are great, but their books are bloody expensive compared to everywhere else you buy books from. But they do have the bigger selection, obviously. But they're still going, which is nice in this country. But one of our other chains, I think, has just been sold. W.H. Smith's, which was a very big high street chain. That's gone under now as well, or going under.
Yeah.
But again, the books were so much more expensive than anywhere else. So.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe they actually pay their employees
maybe,
a good wage and not have a reign of terror like.
Yeah, fuck
Jeff
that.
Bezos'
I
horror
want my
emporium.
things for cheap.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
I'm not paying money while someone else can pay in blood.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's sad not only for the bookstores, but it is paradoxical in our city as well. Like, we want a alive and thriving like small stores in the main street, and but you make it impossible to park anywhere near the city, and you don't have public transport to take you in there. So of course we will go to the closest shopping mall where you can get everything done and out again. But the city centers are dying, at least here in Norway. And
it's the same with the high streets here. Definitely.
And the small stores that actually still are open, that they are fighting, of course. Landlords are jacking up the prices because they are under the delusion that, all right, this is prime real estate, but they jack up the prices and the stores are out, so the entire first floor is dead, and then in the second floor they might get an office building in, but that means that the only stores that are surviving is coffee shops that are living on people having their lunch. But after 4 o'clock in the afternoon, it's as dead as a graveyard in the city.
Yeah. And I mean, you can't have a coffee shop at every corner either.
Every other shop here on
our high streets... Well, they are trying, but
every other shop here on the high street seems to be a charity shop. Which I quite like looking around charity shops because I found something good there once a couple of years ago.
But it's few and far between. You find something good.
Yeah, definitely. It's good for old platform games and books. Always plenty of books in the charity shops.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want to throw away books, but I mean, books are hard in that sense.
I mean, if I would do a maker store, if I won the lottery, I would do a maker store that's the equivalent of the black books of bookstores. If you've seen that television show.
It was a while, but
yeah. No fucks are given, and of course you have enough money that you don't really care about the customers. You just have the inventory for yourselves, and when people are coming in, no, we're closed, but it says on the door, no, we're closed, I'm drunk, get out, try again tomorrow. Like, don't having to give any fucks because you don't need the customers to keep open. You just, but why do you run a store? Why don't you just, I don't know, just
Tax write-off.
yeah.
Basically the way I launder money. I don't need real customers. I just need someone to make the books look good.
That's the thing, though. Would that be a benefit instead of just having a big warehouse for your own parts and like a shop? You just define it as a store. Yeah, I've been thinking about that. I have my company just to keep the family name, because I had that thing where I had to challenge someone else using the family name for a business, and then I ended up with the name, but I'm not running that business, so it's just like a zero-sum game. But of course, I could, to give it some turnover, I could of course charge myself for the video editing, because I can in the company do production stuff. So I produce my own videos for myself as a private person. And then, of course, I just have to make sure that what I invoice myself does not supersede the actually what I have to pay for everything. So I don't have to pay taxes on it. But as long as you just keep it in zero, then you're okay. But then I actually have some activity in the company. But it seems a bit why, but then it would be fun.
You can't start asking why in what we do. Why does he make that? Why does he do that?
Do I strike you like a guy that asks
Yeah.
why?
To keep our sanity, isn't that it?
Yeah.
That's it for me, at least. At least that's what I tell myself.
And that's the thing, though. I mean, if you're doing a service like video editing, then it's, of course, well, it's debatable if you're creating something physical. But then again, I could not edit my videos, or I could have the company edit my videos, but I could put it down like emotional support, because it is my hobby to keep me sane. So yeah, I'm not, what I'm delivering is not the edited video, but it's the emotional support I need to keep myself sane. So, and that may be a different tax bracket. I don't know. I need to. If there is any tax lawyers out there, give me a call. I got some dubious experiments on the business side I want to carry out.
I mean, you are doing the society, the greater society, a favor by doing this. So you really should be invoicing the government that you're doing this to keep yourself sane, so they don't have to.
I think that has changed now, but for a few years ago, if you were working in the cultural sector, you were VAT exempt. So of course, when you bought something, you did not pay the VAT on it, and yeah, you could argue that making YouTube videos, it's a cultural thing, it's art or something like that. So
Yeah,
here he is with the art again.
Yeah. And then, of course, you might get a call from the tax man, and you have to argue that what you're doing is art. So I need to have some all the rags of clothes with paint dots on them and so on. You have to look the part. So yeah.
Going back to, you should be Bobby Duke instead.
Yeah. But you said that you wanted to do an art project, KJ. How's that coming along?
Yeah, I have a couple of ideas, but I mean, so far I've been just pushing it forward in the planning because they all require to be doing work outside, and you don't want to do that in winter. But now it's not winter anymore, so I can't claim it's that's holding me back. So yeah, maybe I just have to bite the bullet and actually try some of them to see how it goes. Most of them are welding projects, I think, or at least metal projects. Yeah, off the top of my head, all of the ideas are basically just metal projects.
The hand thing was a bit artsy, wasn't it?
Yeah, a bit, but yeah, a bit.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it didn't have any function,
No.
so in that sense, it's
Yeah.
art.
yeah. I mean, if the function is a theoretical function, but not a physical one, so to say, then it must be art, mustn't it?
Definitely.
But that could be our next along then. We're gonna do a Duke along. Like, make a Bobby Duke video. That is also it's very open but also very specific.
I've had 2 goes at carving now, and I'm done with that.
Yeah. And carving something really, really small as well. Yeah, that's not for me, I think.
Yeah, I did the Moana hook as well. I think I'm done there as well. So yeah, let's find something else.
I wouldn't mind a set of hand carving tools just for a bit of whittling and stuff. I'd like to get that. But you have to buy decent ones, don't you, right from the offset? Because I have got a set of carving chisels, and they're the bluntest, most useless things in the world.
I mean, you can try sharpen them.
That's true. I do have a sharpening system.
Exactly.
Haven't you worked your way through your entire workshop, sharpening everything that you should be sharpening?
I've done all the woodworking chisels, the wood turning chisels, sorry. I don't think I've done anything else yet. Everything else was pretty sharp apart from those hand carving chisels. Maybe I'll give them a go. I think they're so cheap, I don't think they'd keep an edge for more than 2 seconds, to be fair.
Yeah, but still better than being blunt.
Yeah. Maybe I just need a decent power version, to be fair. Something other than a Dremel-like tool.
Yeah. But that being said, though, it's on my list of tools I want, like the set of the small hand carving for the small whittling projects. But I don't think they're gonna get used that much. Probably just gonna end up being a project for making a cabinet for them and putting them on the wall, and they're gonna live there for the rest of their lives.
Quite like Kev Sharkey's approach to his hand carving tools. He just takes them when he goes on holiday, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Just so he can have a little whittle while he's on holiday, a little make there. I think that's a nice idea.
That's a good idea. Maybe I should get that kit, and then I could just bring the vasa wood on our trip to the cabin and just
it's
whittle
really
until
good.
there's nothing left or something.
I keep forgetting about that. That's
me too.
Yeah.
That's on the list as well. Yeah, but it's really good when you're going to the cabin or something like that to have a small project that is just pocket sized that you can have with you and just sit down, and so you just don't sit staring at your phone or anything like that.
I mean it's also at the cabin, so I mean you can whittle a spoon or something, and then you just leave it there, and it will probably live there forever as a family something like that's the one he whittled Easter 2025. So
yeah, and you can have the unfinished spoon. You do a little on it every year.
If you go a little bit too far, it's a fork, and then it's a knife,
Yeah.
then it's a toothpick.
Everything can be a toothpick.
Yeah. Yeah, if you can't whittle a toothpick, give it up.
Yeah, then you're into Bobby Duke territory again. I whittled something out of this toothpick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a long long project video. Start with a 2x4 and just whittle a little on it every year until you have a toothpick.
Yeah.
10 years later.
Now I mean, I think that's the only tools I can afford now. Of course, we've been talking at length about the lathe, but I'm lucky if that's going to happen this summer. And of course, thinking about making that sign where I should have a laser. So I've been doubling back to that, but that is not going to happen either. But I found this small CNC plasma cutter robot arm that Grindhard Plumbing is using, and that is so small that I can store it under my welding table and just mount it whenever you need it. And then, oh, this is a tool I want, and I got the room for it, I got the use for it. And then I realized that anything I can do on that, it's a bit more cumbersome, of course, but I can make the template either on the 3D printer or my CNC, and I can just follow that template with the CNC by hand. So I really don't have any use for it, but still I want it. But yeah.
Wants and needs.
Yeah.
Have you ever used your plasma cutter yet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Once. And it worked like a charm, surprisingly.
So it's a high cost per minute so far.
So far, extremely expensive centimeters cut.
It made sense when you were cosplaying as Container Guy, didn't it? Cutting
Yeah,
out
I mean,
windows and
it
things.
would make
Yeah.
cheesecake out of the container. That's for sure. But no, I did use it instead of the angle grinder, just to have actually taken the edge of using it the first time. So I put down a straight edge and cut plate with it, and it worked brilliantly because the drift sleeves I made for the tractor in steel, or it's actually strips I cut with the CNC, the plasma cutter, and welded back together. Of course, they didn't work as intended because the tractor was heavily underpowered. So I'm thinking about using them as protective sleeves around plants, because that is popular with like a rusted corten steel around plants and so on. So
the box section I got the other week for making the brackets from the pergola was when Michelle went to pick it up, the guy said, "Now, do you want exactly 2 meters? Because we just cut the end with an oxyacetylene torch." And when I saw the end that they cut at the shop for you, you understand why they asked that question, because it looked like the end had been chewed off. It was such weird angles.
yeah,
So much splatter on the end as well.
I mean, if you dial them in good, they can do a pretty decent edge, but they're cutting away a lot of material. And I mean, if you inherited it from your grandfather or something, and you have it around, and you have the gas bottles, it kind of makes sense. But for cutting metal today, with the plasma cutters being that cheap, I don't. Yeah, I can understand it for heating up like the bearing sleeves on excavator bucket or something like that. But for cutting plates, I don't see it. But
You can weld with the oxyacetylene torch as well, can't you? I can't remember the type of welding that's called. It's slow and hard and quite boring.
Yeah.
I'm sure it has a shorter, snappier title than that.
Yeah, it's just gas welding is what we call it here. That's the original kind of welding.
Yeah.
From back in the day. I mean, it's the same. It's like TIG welding, but without electricity.
Yeah, I tried that a few times when I was at college years ago. And the stick welding. What's that kind of welding called?
Stick welding.
Is it electric arc welding?
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah, everything is arc welding if it's electrical.
Okay.
if
Yeah.
you're
Right.
if you're precise about it.
So is it
Yeah,
sticky
I think
arc?
it's almost
Sticky
something
arc
like
welding.
electrode arc welding or something. I mean,
Right.
yeah, but everybody just call it stick welding, and that's basically the best description, isn't it?
Yeah.
I tried that, and I also tried the oxyacetylene torch. I did take a welding course while in the army because they had a lot of free courses, and yeah, welding was cool, and you got out of the regular chores. But yeah, it was not a very fine tool. That being said, I still want one. Sometimes I need to burn shit, but
Yeah.
Got rocket fuel for that now.
yeah, I got things to make things
Yeah.
burn, so it's not like I don't. Yeah,
Rocket fuel welding. There you go. That's a video.
yeah. I mean, that is. I'm not gonna say I have all the ingredients, but at some point I would like to make thermite, and they use that for weld railroad tracks
Yeah.
together, and but you also use it to break through saves, and that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been done before, so it's not as interesting of a video, but I mean, people are giving away a lot of saves and they've lost the keys and whatnot, and so it's like going around getting one and making thermite just to burn through it, but then you have to
And
get rid
burn
of it.
everything inside as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just drop some on your car bonnet. You don't mind using the car.
Yeah. Need to get it back from the garage first, so we'll see.
I mean, that's really funny. If they can't fix your car or it's done for, just have it towed back and then, oh yeah, I'm gonna mix some thermite. I use the hood of the car as a mixing plate. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, and it's how it burned through, straight through. Oops. That's a great
Yeah,
video.
but then again, it is an automatic, so I mean, and it is engine problem, so I mean, if it's beyond repair, I'll just get an outboard and slap that on.
So much you can do.
Yeah.
Put a big fan on the roof. Have it fan powered.
Like a big hovercraft, but on wheels.
You can tell everybody it's eco-friendly, can't you? It's wind powered.
Yeah. No. Oh, I hate that car, but I also like it. But yeah,
It's a love-hate relationship at this point.
it very much is. The positive thing, if you can call it a positive thing, we have tried last week how it is to be one of those couples who only have one car but still a full family. So as like I've been driving and delivering everyone, and then you have to leave the car there because the wife is coming with the train. She's gonna pick it up and use it, and then of course today nothing worked. I needed it to pick up two of the kids, so my wife had to get up early to use the bicycle to the train station, and so yeah, it's we can do it. It's doable. Of course, I knew that because there is a lot of other people who does it. But yeah, having two cars, it's an expense. But oh my god, the freedom that comes with it and the logistics you save yourself, that is worth the money alone.
You survive on one car, don't you, KJ?
Yeah. But we have, I think, much better communal communication. I mean, trains and that sort of thing close by. So, we can walk to the train station and commute from there.
Yeah, and you still say survive, so it's the bare minimum here. It's not like you're thriving and so on. Yeah, you're getting by. That's what I'm getting from it. So yeah.
But I mean, basically, we only. Sometimes I use the car for work purposes when I can't be arsed to actually go into the office and get the company car if I'm doing site visits. But other than that, we use it to go to the family cabin or visit my parents or do the weekly grocery shopping. That's about it. Really.
Right.
So it spends a lot of time being parked.
Good night. I just...
Yeah.
Ah.
I am feeling a little like that, I'll be honest.
You don't say. How many times have you yawned this
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm
episode?
so tired today.
And you had a nap.
Yeah, it's just been a hot, busy day, KJ. Sorry.
It's hard being hot.
Sure is.
So that's it then. All right. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.